All right, well, let's see how many of you can find me. Hello, Rob. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And it still says that nobody's here, even though I don't know if it just counts Rob as nobody, but can you hear me? Hey, Brie. I have no idea what happened. I mean, most of the time I have no idea what's happening, but this was very strange. Anyways, we're off to another fabulous start. So as I was saying, no video this week because when I decided to do a live stream about memberships, I couldn't find any related video. So I'll give everyone a chance to catch up. Yeah, I don't know what happened there at all. So, how's everybody's week going so far? We have no crashing dishes. Yes, melon happened. I don't know. It was weird. It was all of a sudden it was just gone and my earbuds switched over to my phone. So no clue. Maybe I shouldn't have the earbuds in. Maybe that's the difference. But I had them in all last week and there was no problem. So I don't know. I don't know. Someone kicked the office computer. Now it isn't doing office computer things. Guess I best just sit here instead. That works. I wish someone would kick my office computer. So does everybody have their decorations up? Wait, it's on this side. It's been almost a week since Thanksgiving. You should have your decorations up by now. So now that we've burned 10 minutes, Fatima, I'm confusing everybody, including myself. Apparently, we started at 4, even though I programmed it for 8, and then I reset it for 8. So now I have an unlisted video on my channel, and then I'm going to have to take that last one down, and then I'm going to have to put all the information back up. Why don't you have decorations up, Tanya? Should have your decorations up. Anyways, so seeing as how most of us are RV'ers, not everyone is, but we will try to include everyone. And of course, we're going to do the Would You Rather and Random Thoughts. What do you mean not until December? December's in 2 days. Why not until December? We had this whole conversation already. We don't do decorations, or at the very least, we don't put the lights on until after Remembrance Day, or Veterans Day. They fetched the office's decorations out of storage. I fetched them back into storage. Oh, I didn't know that Rob was the Grinch. Yes, Fatima is a van dweller. But I thought it would be fun to look at the at different memberships and things that are available to those of us who travel. Some of this applies to van life, and some of it applies to trailer life, and some of it just applies to driving around. So I thought, oh, I didn't even do the poll results yet. We're off to it. Can you tell I'm unsupervised this week? Anyways, the poll question of the week was RV relaxation. How do you unwind after a day of driving? The options were hammock napping, evening campfire, outdoor hot tub, or nice dinner. And 83% said campfire and 17% said nice dinner. Booze was not an option because I think everybody would have picked that. Well, not Sonia. But yeah, a nice relaxing campfire is always good. Typically, we drive until the wee hours of the night, and so it's usually just bed, dinner followed by bed. Your boss got fired a month ago, and his boss got fired yesterday. What? Now, that's a good question, Rob. I wonder if there's a comparison between U.S. camping memberships and UK camping memberships. Some memberships are international, but I would imagine that Europe would have its own type. I can't even talk today. Its own memberships as well. Well, if they keep getting rid of everybody ahead of her, then pretty soon she's going to be the boss. I don't think you want Rob as the boss. So there's a ton of memberships that are available, but are they worth it? And are they worth it just for full-timers? Are there any benefits to those of us who just travel occasionally? The first membership that I thought that we'd look at is AAA and CAA, the Canadian version of AAA. And this is one that we do have, and it's not so much for the benefits or the discounts or anything. It is insurance if the truck breaks down. Keep in mind that they do have a special version just for RVs. And if you don't have that RV version, they're leaving your trailer behind, or if you're in a motorhome, they won't take it. Glen's cousin got stuck in the Rockies with a why are dryer sheets evil? Yeah, CAA. It's both wrong. Glen's cousin got stuck in the Rockies with a triple axle fifth wheel, and they came and they put the truck on a flatbed, but they sent a truck to get the fifth wheel because of the coverage that she had. And they said that because of where they were and because it was so remote and the mileage to get back and forth, it would have cost them a couple $1,000s to get that trailer out of the mountains. And if they had left it there, it likely would have been impounded or towed away, or, at the very least ticketed. So who's evil? Wait, are dryer sheets evil or AAA is evil? Anyways, having a CAA or AAA membership will get you 10% off at a lot of campsites. So that is kind of handy. But yeah, for us, you do have to make sure that you have the RV version. No, it should be in the truck. I think I have it here. I had an extra card, but anyways, it is in the truck. So, sorry, Sue. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's a very handy thing to have. Hey, Charlie Grace. Sonia, where did you get a dryer sheet stuck this time? I don't even want to know. So next, that brings us to Good Sam. And Good Sam, we got Good Sam the first year that we had a trailer. Let me see here. $29 per year is the average. Again, you will save 10% at a lot of campsites. Any of the Good Sam campsites, you may save more. For us, a lot of the places that we stopped didn't have 10% off for the CAA or AAA membership and the Good Sam. So it was kind of one or the other. You also get 10% off at places like Camping World and RVs.com. Keep in mind, Camping World bought Good Sam a few years ago. So for those of you who really don't like Camping World, and I know there's a lot of you out there, they do own Good Sam. So just something to keep in mind. Good Sam does offer a 15% propane discount when you buy at Camping World. They offer a discount with Flying J stations. And because Camping World and RV.com rental places have dump stations, you're allowed to use their dump stations as well. I'm the same, Charlie. Camping World is not, it's not a good place for me. And we don't have them in Canada. So as soon as I head down to the States, it's not good. Next on our list is Harvest Host Boondockers Welcome. Personally, do not have this yet. It's certainly something that I'm looking into. If you're not familiar with it, it's like Airbnb for campgrounds. You can be a host or a guest. It's my understanding that if you're a host, you get a free membership. Typically, it is restaurants, breweries, wineries, some golf courses. They have different levels of membership. Let me see here. Who's calling me? Why is he calling me? I'm on the air. I can't take a call. They have different levels of membership. They start for $99 just for the Harvest Host, $169 for Harvest Host and Boondockers Welcome together. And Boondockers Welcome is more, it's people's homes that have a spot to park your RV. So that is kind of handy. $179 adds a lot of dump stations, a lot of golf courses. It adds a bunch of different locations that are not available with the standard plan at $169. For us, we do not have Harvest Host. And the reason is the majority of the Harvest Hosts don't have hookups. Because we have a tip-out trailer, you've heard me complain about don't get me wrong, I love my trailer and we fit a lot of people and it's a tiny box for what you get. The way that it expands, it adds 10 feet onto the trailer, but it also adds 20 degrees to the temperature. And if we can't hook up between June and September, and we can't run that air conditioner, there's a problem. Not sure why he's really trying to get a hold of me, but so we kind of stay away from that. It is a hybrid. Yeah, so that one it's on our list. It is something that we want to do. I would like to boondock a lot more. We just can't do it in this trailer. So until we get our next trailer, this is going to be it. Next on my list was Thousand Trails. Again, something that we've never tried. If you're not familiar with Thousand Trails, and I wasn't, I had heard about it, and I know lots of people who do use it. I hear it's hard to get out of once you're in it. But they have camping systems in 5 zones: the Northeast, the Southeast, the Northwest, the Southwest, and the Midwest. And there is also an extension of campgrounds called the Trails Collection. It's $570 for one zone for a year, $90 for each additional zone, and $370 if you want to add the Trails Collection. So you pay for a year-long membership and you get free access to all the participating campgrounds. So technically, it is free. Yeah, I can't do it if it's hot. What do you mean you work for TT? How do you work for TT? Oh, is that who owns the campgrounds that you DJ at? I'll assume it is. TT also includes Encore Parks. Yeah. So I think if you're out there a lot, it might be worth doing, because I don't think it would take too long to build up to that 370 if you're on the road a lot. For us, we go somewhere, we stay there for a week. It's not really worth it for us. We're just not out there long enough. This year we did, I'm going to say maybe 6 weeks on the road. I mean, it might add up after a while. Keep in mind too, these are all in US dollars, and that makes a difference for us. Escapees is next on our list. They offer discounts as education opportunities and community support. They have a ton of services, especially if you're full-time. Maze Landing is under the Encore umbrella, but Encore Parks do not require a membership. Okay, so I believe the Thousand Trails, you have to be a member to get in. Escapees, they have things like mail forwarding, work camp experience. If they have like a job exchange program. So if you're trying to work on the road, if you're full-time, so things like that are kind of handy. Escapees is $50 a year or $600 for a lifetime membership. This light is horrible. I can't see anything. The Family Motor Coach Association, FMCA, they're one of the granddaddies. They started in 1963. Can you get into a TT campground by claiming that you know Jim? They will probably kick you out. The Family Motor Coach Association is one of the oldest ones out there, but they offer a ton of discounts and benefits to their members. But the biggest thing that they have is the insurance plan. And the insurance plan, they have two sides of it. It's roadside rescue and the FMCA assist program. And if something happens to you while you're out on the road, and you're having a medical emergency and you have to leave your rig behind, they will send a driver to come and get your rig and bring it back to you, which is kind of a cool thing. So we all know Robert. If Robert had the FMCA insurance plan, he could have flown back to Miami and somebody would have taken his truck and driven it back for him. So that's kind of a neat feature. They are $60 annually, $110 for 2 years, or $160 for 3 years. So that's actually a pretty good deal. I'm not sure if there is additional charges for the insurance plans, but so Encore is under the TT umbrella, which is under the Equity Lifestyle Properties, and they're based out of Chicago, where there's no campgrounds. Okay. So yeah, FMCA is something that we may look into for next year. The next two, not necessarily for RVers, but definitely for anybody who likes to get out there. And that would be the America the Beautiful Pass and the Canada Parks Discovery Pass. America the Beautiful, kind of a no-brainer. If you do any kind of traveling to any of the national parks, national monuments, this includes your entry fee for up to 4 people. We have it. It's a good deal at $80. If you are a senior, you can buy an $80 lifetime membership. Looking at you, Jim. And if you're a disabled person, you can also buy a lifetime membership for $80. So definitely a good deal, and it gets you into a lot of places. I know that there's not a lot of places here in the East. We have found that out. Not as much as I would like, but definitely something that you need if you are traveling in the West at all. The Canada Parks Discovery Pass is a little bit different. It's $145 for a family pass, which is what we usually get. And it's up to 7 people in the vehicle. So it's a really good deal. But kids under 17 are free anyways. So you don't really need it if like when the kids were younger, I wouldn't have needed that. They don't offer any kind of a military discount, which kind of, or lifetime membership at all, which kind of surprised me a little bit. On America the Beautiful also has a free pass to active military veterans as well. The Canada Parks Discovery Pass, they also have, let me see, it's $73 for an individual pass. They also have park-specific passes if you want to get a season pass. Hey, Phil. Right, Rob? I agree. They also have season passes for specific parks. So if you're close to something that you like to go see a lot, they also have Canada's parks take up a lot of waterways in Canada. So they also have waterway packages as well for slips and passing through locks and things like that. Next on our list is Passport America. Passport America is $44 for a year, and you basically get 50% off regular rates at campsites. I think the dog's here somewhere. Your gig checks are cut by ELS. They also bought out the old Outdoor World properties on the East Coast that were under the Resorts USA ownership. Oh, see, everything is amalgamating. Must you be a Canadian citizen for the Canada Parks Pass? No, anyone can buy one. Just like we buy our America the Beautiful passes. The only thing is with America the Beautiful passes, I have to go in person. They will not mail one to Canada. So usually when I'm close to renewal and we're going somewhere, I'll just renew it at the gate. One thing about the America the Beautiful passes is the passes used to have 2 signature slots on it. And that meant that either of the signatured persons on the card could use the card to get into the park. Now, starting in 2024, that's only going to be one person. So the person who is always going to be going in and out of the gate is the one who has to have has to be there with the card. So if you're going in and out at all, if you're camping at the park, and this doesn't include your camp fees, it doesn't include timed entry fees, anything like that. If you're at Glacier, you're going to the Sun Road, you have to pay those fees for your entry. It just includes your entry to the park itself. But all of the timed things, you still have to pay those. And like I said, if you're camping in one of these national parks, and you leave to go do groceries. Let's say that the America the Beautiful Pass is in Guylain's name with her signature on it, and I take the truck and I go and buy groceries and try to get back into the campsite. I can't get back in without her. She has to be there with the card holder, which to me doesn't make sense. But why are dryer sheets evil? Dryer sheets will take bugs off the front of your trailer. Just saying. Anyways, yes, back to Passport America. So Passport America is only $44 per year, and it does give you $50 off participating campsites. But any of the research that I did, there were not a ton of campsites available. They were typically smaller parks. They didn't always have hookups. You're not guaranteed anything. You get whatever they have available. And a couple of the campsites that I checked, you could not use the Passport America pass during peak season. So one campsite that I checked for one of the trips that we're doing next year, they would not allow you to use the Passport America pass from the beginning of June until the end of September. Well, they're only open for a week in May and a week in October. So you can only use that pass at that campsite for 2 weeks out of the entire year. So just from the little bit of research I did, I found there was too much restrictions for that. That is not something that I'm looking at doing. It's not very expensive. And, even if you stay at one campsite, you're going to get your money back. So, probably not something I'm looking into, but KOA has their own membership. It gives you 10% off. KOAs also accept CAA, so I get my 10% that way as well. But you can earn points, and but you need a lot of points to get anything. And I did not know this. The points expire every year, so if you don't use them, you lose them. You're guaranteed a screaming womb goblin ruining everything and causing chaos all day long. It's the law of campgrounds. Yes, it is. That's why we camp. And for the longest time, we were those people. 5 kids. There is something new called the Happy Campers Club. Can't say that even one time slow, let alone 3 times fast. This is kind of the same idea as Passport America. They only have 1,200 campsites that are available at the time, but their website is atrocious, and it was impossible to look for anything at all. So I don't know how successful it'll be. It's only $40 annually. So again, similar to Passport America, but not nearly the amount of campgrounds. And it was really hard to navigate their website at all. So I again, not something that I'm going to use. And then we looked at individual things. I mean, there's a ton of other memberships in that, but we looked at individual clubs by region and or manufacturer. Forest River makes our trailer, and they have a frog rally every year. It's the Forest River Owners Group, which is called Frog. And if you're a member of that group, you're invited to the Frog Rally every year. There's no charge. It's just a bunch of Forest River people who all get together. They do these rallies everywhere. Airstream has their Airstream Club. where if you've ever seen an Airstream with the red numbers on the front, they are part of the Airstream club, and you register your Airstream with them, and you can trace a lot of the old vintage Airstreams. You can still see the ghost numbers where the red numbers have been taken off, and you can trace those and see who previous owners were and where that trailer has been. I have never gone to Frog, Fatima. No, it's not. The kids always wanted to. We weren't campers. We were tourists with a trailer, and so the kids, they wanted to see the ocean and the mountains, and the Frog Rally is just kind of like a campground, and it's just people getting together and having a good time, but it's not really a kids thing. Unruly children can be designated as weed pickers. Possibly. They have Airstream only campsites, which I thought was kind of interesting. There's a bunch of them around the country that I didn't know even existed. You have to have an Airstream to get into these places. Airstream also does a rally in Jackson, Ohio, which is where the Airstream factory is, called Alumapalooza, which sounds like a lot of fun. It is not restricted to just Airstreams. Anybody can go, but it includes workshops for Airstreams as well as a factory tour. So that sounds kind of cool. Gone Froggin' sounds like something you do in a dark campground with other consenting adults and hope not to get arrested. What? I don't know so much about that. The Family Motor Coach Association, the FMCA that we were talking about earlier, has their international convention and RV Expo every year. They have rallies all over the country as well. The Escapees has the Escapees Escapade every year. Airstream only spots like Rodeo Drive. You would be surprised if you pull up Google Maps and look at. Wonder if I can. Caesar, stop it. Caesar's trying to get involved with the live stream. If we pull up Caesar. Let me see if this works. Yeah, so let me share this. Gone Froggin' requires open-toed sandals? Really, Phil? Come on. Wow, Rob. All the kids are going in the pool when Rob visits along with the power cables. Holy mackerel. Okay. On that note, let's share. Come on. Let's share a screen. So here. So if you do a Google map of Airstream only campsite, there's actually one in New Jersey. Jersey Shore Haven Airstream Park near Dennis. That's actually not far from where we stay. So yeah, so there is one in New Jersey, one in Pennsylvania, one in Virginia, Georgia, Tennessee. I think I saw one in 3 of them in Texas, one in Florida. So, yeah. So imagine that. Phil's bathroom toys from mom and dad were a toaster and a radio. Phil is on a roll tonight. Fatima says, if I need meat and a veggie, does jerky and pickles count? Asking for a friend. I would think so. And cheese would go well with that too for your dairy. Dennis Township is half an hour from Mays. Yeah, it's not far from you at all. So I just found that interesting that they have Airstream only campsites. I'm sure that they have, I don't know, maybe they have Forest River campsites. I have no idea. Hey, Daryl. What else was in here? The Winnebago Grand National Rally, which is huge. A lot of people show up to that. That's been going on for years and years. Grand Design also has a national rally. I mean, you could just go on and on and on about all these rallies that are going on all over the place. There's overlander rallies. There's van rallies. There's just so much stuff going on that, you know, your people are out there if you find your people. You know, it's just a matter of going with where you want to go. And sometimes the memberships help and sometimes they don't. So are they really worth it? I don't know. We have CAA, but like I said, that's more for the insurance for the truck. Is she taking orders? What do you mean you want garlic bread? Eggnog is not for breakfast. Not if you put rum in it. And caramel apple pie. Who's making dinner? But not a single rally is as important as NJ24, right? Man City Outdoor Rally coming soon, not excluding anyone. Well, if you were here earlier, you'd know that you were excluding me unless you have full hookups. Because in my little tent trailer there, I need AC. We usually buy a KOA membership. But with CAA, I don't think it's really necessary. And again, I didn't know that the points expired every year. So, and I've never used the points anyways. Usually I'm just trying to save 10%. I think when you book online, you don't save the 10%. I don't think that you can do the CAA membership. Thank you, Daryl. I don't think you can include the CAA membership in the online booking, but when you get there, you can ask for it at the desk, and they'll refund it if you've paid in full, or they'll take it off of your balance that you owe them. So I think that's what we're going to stick to next year, is just doing that. Yeah, we always get the America the Beautiful Pass and the Canada Parks Pass. Harvest Host, like I said, something that we're looking into. Yes, Daryl, I've heard of solar, but so I looked at solar last year. I looked at lithium batteries, and to do everything that I wanted to do in the trailer that I have I was probably looking at about $4,000, and it's just not worth it to me. I don't know how many years I have left with this trailer. If it's maybe 1, maybe 3, can't see it being any more than that. So I don't want to put any money into it. It's just not worth it to me. For the amount that we're going to go off grid, it's just not worth it. I'm not saying your rally's not worth it, but no, not doing solar for that. The next trailer will definitely have solar. Guylaine and I are power hogs. So yeah, definitely we're looking at putting a soft start on the air conditioner this year. That's something that I might invest in the trailer. Look at Rock Solar. They're near me. Okay, I will have a look at it. But the trailer I have now, I've got a 200 watt panel on the roof. I've got a 1,000 watt inverter. I would want probably about 600 watts on the roof and at least 600 amp hours of lithium, and at least a 2,000 watt inverter. 3 would be preferable, but we use Starlink. Guylaine has to work from the road, so you know we need the Starlink. We need the laptops going. We need the AC because she's working in the office, and if it gets hot, she's stuck in there. So, are the non-Airstream bourgeois and peasant RV owners allowed to visit the Airstream crowd? I suppose we could go in, just not with our trailers. What did you say? Oh, Sonia. Yes, Fatima, I got the electrical fixed. Yeah, I have no idea what I did. I have no idea what I did at all. It had something to do with the inverter. And 1 minute it wasn't working. And the next minute it was. I was just screwing around with the back of it. I couldn't even see what I was doing. And prayer works. It must, because that's about the only thing that I had. There's a switch on the front. And so all of these inverters come with a kill switch somewhere in the trailer. And the weirdest thing is that the kill switch for my inverter is about 6 inches away from the inverter. I don't even know why it's there. But anyways, because the inverter is in a cupboard. When you open the cupboard, if you were to press the button on the front of the inverter, that also is a kill switch. So it was something about if both kill switches have to be in the on position, but you can't tell if they're on or if they're off. So I think that's what it was it was like they were both off, and then one was on and one was off, and then we reversed that again. One was off and the other one was on. And then finally, no one told me to flick the switch. The only button that anybody tells me to press is Sonia tells me to push the button when she gets in here. And she's exhausted. Overtime this week. I've actually worked less this week than I've worked in a long time. Because I'm usually at work for 8 and I usually leave at 9 at night. And that's a pretty typical day for me. And this week because I'm unsupervised, I'm trying to keep it to between 8 and 10 hours a day max. So that is my story, and I'm sticking to it. No, not 1 hour of work, 13 hours of work. And it's not, I don't work hard. So it's just being at work, being away from home. Anyways, so I'm just going to wrap that up. That's just a brief overview. There's so many different kinds of memberships out there. And if you want details, they all have websites. Very easy to find information. For us, I don't think it's worth it. But no, I don't work hard. Not at work. I work hard at home, which is why I'm almost never here. At work, I babysit. It's about all that I do. So, are we too early for random thoughts? Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, good news is that I'm unsupervised tonight, although she might be in here somewhere, but she's an hour ahead, so she might actually already be in bed. So, because I'm unsupervised, I can go past 9 o'clock tonight, because after this, I'm just going to bed. So, yeah, I have the license. So if I'm not there, nothing gets done. And everybody works under my license. So I do have another license who comes in and helps out. But without one of us there, we can't sell anything. So I'm just there for my license. That's pretty much it. It's not so much that I have a curfew, but because I'm at work so much, we don't get to spend a lot of time together. So Wednesday nights, usually we watch a movie. So I like to be done at 9 so I can get upstairs, watch a movie. But like I said, I'm going to bed tonight. There's no movie. There's no nothing. It has been a very long week so far. I was medicated earlier. I'm not medicated anymore. All right. But regardless, let's get into random thoughts. Random thought number 1. If a book about failures doesn't sell, is it a success? Success? I can't even talk tonight. I don't know what's up with my mouth. And my tea's not hot anymore, so it's not helping my throat. It's not a curfew. It's a self-imposed curfew. How's that? It's the way I described it, I made it sound like Gilen's making me go upstairs, and it's not that at all. I want to spend time with her when she's here. She's not here. So I'll be spending time with my pillow. Success? What? Oh, success, yes. It fulfilled its prophecy. Book about failure is a failure. There you go. That actually makes sense. Random thought number 2. Do mosquitoes have favorite blood types? Actually, I think that they do. I think there is something about specific blood types. When we're camping, mosquitoes don't really bother me that much. They tend to go after Gilen and the kids a little bit more. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they get me. And last year at Bon Echo, I got chewed alive. But typically they'll go after the other people at our campsite before they'll come after me. And I rarely use bug spray. So there must be something to that. And I believe I am O negative. So it's entirely possible that they do have a favorite blood type. Because I know Gilan and I are different blood types. CO2 driven and I can't say that word, Phil. Human odor? That I have. You guys hear that? Yeah, it's snowing, and it's snowing really hard. Speaking of the camper, you have to get down there to fill the feeder and retrieve something. Sue and hubby are both A negative. Isn't that rare? I forget what Gilan is. Gilan has a rare type too. Yes, Bree, snow. It is snowing outside. You know what? One of these, I'll wait until there's a big blizzard and I'll set up a snow cam. I don't think. I hope that I did not shut this off again. Are we still on? We're still on. Anyways. You can't see anything. Anyways, it's snowing on the front porch, but Sonia's blood type is Dunkin' Donuts, right? Random thought number 3. Is sleep just a time machine to breakfast? Could be. Many nights where I close my eyes. Many nights I close my eyes and I feel like they're closed for 3 seconds and I open them up and it is morning. Phil says universal donor, AB, universal recipient, and rarest. Huh. See, you learn something new every day. Sonia forgot hers, has to ask mom. I'm pretty sure I'm O negative because I think it's the most common one. And I'm pretty average. Hey, I'm still on here, eh? Thanks. The Kitchen is being taken over. We didn't hear any dishes fall this week, though. Could be a portal to other dimension sleep. Maybe. If you eat yourself, do you become twice as big or disappear completely? I don't even know where I get these. Hi, to Guylaine. Is she here? I didn't see her in here. Possible. If she is, hi to Guylaine. She might be lurking in the back. I did get dishpan hands. And tonight as well. Lots of dishes. Oh, okay. Sue says you would disappear because what you eat goes in the crapper. Autophagy is technically eating yourself. Yes. No, that wasn't. No, that was my kids, and I think they're making pizza because it's been 2 hours since we had dinner. So we're making pizza or toast. I smell something. They're cooking. No, Guylaine is away. Guylaine is traveling. Hi to Guylaine if she is here. Sue says hi. They say hi back. That's true. You don't disappear. But I believe that autophagy kills mostly dead cells or zombie cells. Hey, Carol's here. Hey, Carol. A random thought number 5. If a vampire bites a zombie, does the zombie become the vampire? Or does the vampire become a zombie? That's some deep thoughts there. Lots of noise in the kitchen. I need my own private room for this. I think that's what we need. All right. Because I have my earbuds in and I can still hear them. So I can imagine that you guys could probably hear them too. What? Are you tired? Why are you counting? Oh, yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Get the pinball going. The vampire is older, so the zombie becomes a vampire. Breed likes pizza and toast. I love how we have like 4 different conversations going on. And Sonia singing Sesame Street. What the hell is happening here? A loaf of bread, a container of milk, and a stick of butter. Are you going to the store? Okay. I swear they're doing it on purpose. Anyways. Hey, Gord, on Saturday, we're going to fly from Niagara Falls to Toronto. Okay. Yeah, it is very remote. And yeah, he can fly over the falls. That'll be cool too. I think that might have been the ice maker on the fridge. I think. Or a drawer fell out of the dishwasher. I honestly don't know. My kitchen does make a lot of noise. My kitchen is always busy. It never closes. Well, there's lots to see in Toronto, Sue. So, yeah, he can buzz the CN Tower. That'll be fun. Can go over the falls. Good times. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm not even sure if I'm going to make it, though. So I'm going to do my best to be there. You know what it is, Sonia? They have these big plastic mugs that they fill with ice. And when it starts filling up with ice, it makes a ton of noise. A float plane. He can go right over the falls and then see if he can, before he hits the bottom, if he can take off again. That would be kind of cool. Okay. So We still have time for Would You Rather. Float plane would be cool. I think he said that he couldn't when he landed. Where was he last week? He was in the water and he was just waiting to run out of fuel. I don't think he can get a float plane. I would like a DC-3. I've always wanted to. I like DC-3s, and yes, my fridge. This is a new fridge, and it dispenses ice from the door. It dispenses regular ice. It dispenses crushed ice. As well, there's a separate ice container in the freezer, and it fills that up as well. This thing makes about 4 times as much ice as any fridge that we've ever had, because the kids love ice. They're always into it. So I lost a quarter of my freezer space for a new ice maker. But anyways, and we have an ice maker on the counter. So there's never a shortage of ice here. The Susquehanna River. Yeah. Skim the water at the end. Apple AirPods. Yes, these are Apple AirPod Pros. These are these things live in my ears. These are always on, because at work, this side faces the wall, so nobody can see it. So if I'm watching live streams, or if I happen to put one in the pocket of my pants and somebody blows an air horn, Fatima has a new nugget ice maker and she loves it. I bought last year for Christmas, Santa bought us a Frigidaire countertop ice maker, and I wanted it for the trailer because we never seem to have ice in the trailer, but it's so heavy that we ended up not even bringing it. I think we brought it once because we were making margaritas. But it stays on the counter, and we rarely use it now with the new fridge. We have so much ice that we often don't even need it. So half the time it's unplugged. All right. Would you rather have the ability to fly, but only at walking speed, or be able to run as fast as a car, but never fly? I think I would still like to fly at walking speed. I don't like to walk at walking speed, so I don't want to run. Why would you run if nobody's chasing you? It makes no sense. But I don't have to fly because I can just go with Bob on Saturday mornings. So there you go. I think at least flying, you wouldn't have to follow the streets. You could do like a straight line and get everywhere a lot faster. Sonia doesn't fly at any speed. But if you were in control, that would be better. I think that would be better. Would you rather be a superhero with a secret identity or a well-known superhero without anonymity? I think I would have to go with the anonymity. I don't like a lot of attention. Fatima as well would like a secret identity. I think it would just be nice to do good things, and kids are playing games that just got glitchy. That's entirely possible. I think 3 of them are on together. Not surprised. Would you rather have the power to stop time for 10 minutes a day or rewind time for 1 hour each day? Fly and take note of yellow snow and ice. What? Why is there yellow snow and ice? Wait, Phil, aren't you in New York? Isn't all the snow there yellow? Phil would rather stop time. I guess it depends on what, like, could I rewind an hour and do something different than I did that in that hour anyways? Garlic bread. Are you tired? Are you? Fatima would rewind if it would give you an extra hour to sleep. Yeah, I would probably rewind that hour. Got that right. Would you rather have a personal library with every book ever written or a personal movie theater with every film ever made? I think I would have to go for the movies. Even though I rarely watch movies, but I rarely read books. Although every book, say, I don't read a lot of fiction. I read a lot of nonfiction. So every book ever made would include all the nonfiction books. So yeah, maybe I would go with the library. Brie, can you make some garlic bread for Sonia? And Sue? Maybe I can get my kids to make you some because I don't know what they're making, but maybe they can put some garlic butter on the toast. You never know. Tomorrow is not Taco Thursday. Tomorrow's Taco Thursday at your house. We had tacos on Monday. Just saying. And last but not least, would you rather be a famous inventor or a famous explorer? I think I'd rather be a famous inventor. As much as I like exploring and discovering things, and I like things that other people have already developed. Let's put it that way. Rewind time sounds interesting, but can't change it, just relive it. Yeah, then probably not. Now Fatima wants a caramel apple. What is happening? No, Phil, it's not Tongue Taco Thursday. Unless you're going to Bree's house. Phil would also rather be an inventor. Fatima as well. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to invent things. So would rather have a movie theater. I don't know. I'm just happy with unlimited internet. What can I say? Anyways, that's all I have tonight. I hope you enjoyed the membership section, even if you are not looking at getting memberships for anything. Movie theater popcorn with tons of butter. Why did everybody skip dinner? Is that why we're talking about food? Why did we turn to food? Did I miss something? For those of us who do travel, maybe that helped you make some decisions. I don't think I'm going to change anything, really. Like I said, Harvest Host is on our list. Eventually, not quite yet. And I think if I put the kind of system that I want into a trailer, I think it'll be mostly Harvest Host because, or BLM land, boondocking in general. So Fatima could invent helpful things to improve the quality of life for others. Well, that's very nice. And Sue would rather be an inventor as well. So there you go. All right, peeps. Thanks very much for joining me. We will be back next week. Hopefully there will be a video. Hopefully my mouth will be working properly. Hopefully the kitchen will be quiet. Your Key West vids definitely make it a bucket list destination. Well, thanks, Phil. It was, everybody told me that the Florida Keys were old and tired and that there wasn't anything to do. But if there is one thing that I'm good at, it is planning trips. I will give myself a pat on the back for that. And I found every little hidden gem that I could find, and we had a blast to the point where it's on our bucket list to go back. We definitely had a good time. I would like to spend an entire day in Key West. We did spend an entire day in Key West. I would like to stay in Key West. We stayed in Marathon and drove to Key West. And I think I would really like to spend a couple of days in Key West. There's enough to do there. Even if you're just the iconic bars and everything that are there, even if you don't drink, just going to Sloppy Joe's and the original Margaritaville and the smallest bar in the world. It was a good time. Sunset at Mallory Square is still one of my highlights. And there's a short coming up, I think next week, from Mallory Square. And I may or may not have had too many margaritas. But anyways, Jim made an amazing garlic shrimp over linguine with garlic wine bitter sauce. See, I don't like anything cooked in wine because I'm not a wine fan. That's why I don't eat a lot of seafood, because a lot of seafood recipes call for white wine, and I don't like wine. So, but yes, garlic shrimp are fantastic. Did we stop at Alamorada where Ted Williams lived? I'm not sure where Ted Williams lived, but we did do Alamorada, and we fed the fish at Robbie's, which was quite something. Key Largo is the largest of all the keys, and it is the very first one when you leave Homestead. It is right after Gilbert's. So we drove from Fort Lauderdale to Miami. From Miami to Homestead, we went to see Robert Is Here, which is the greatest fruit and vegetable stand of all time. And from there, we went to Gilbert's and had a margarita on the beach. And then the very next stop, you take one bridge and you're in Key Largo. It is the biggest island of them all. Beach Boys, Kokomo. Yes, Kokomo is on Key Largo, and the original bar where they wrote that song burned down, but they rebuilt it. There's a tiki bar there, and we were supposed to stop, and we were running late, so we didn't stop there, but next time. You had it all, just like Bogey and Bacall. You should really get some sleep, Sonia. Okay, and on that note, I think we should let Sonia go to sleep, and I think I should go to sleep. All right, I'm done rambling. Good night, all. Thanks for coming. Sonia is probably painting tomorrow night if she's not too tired, and of course she'll be on Friday night. And don't forget to go flying with Bob and Sue Saturday morning. We're going from Niagara Falls to Toronto, or from Toronto to Niagara Falls. Lemon juice subs is the acid in lieu of wine. I will keep that in mind because I do like lemons. And Sonia will have a release on Saturday morning, I'm sure. And until then, we'll see you all online. Niagara Falls to Toronto. Okay, got it. I've been to both. Maybe I can help you sightsee. We'll see. We'll find out. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. Take care.